Live from Austin, Texas, where I'm expressing myself in a high-tech fashion. It's Retro Pals with Danny and Alex. Hello, Alex.
Hello, Danny. I, too, love to express myself with all the texts that are high.
Yeah, me too. Did you think they had streaming in mind when they named themselves that?
Absolutely not.
In the future, the main way people will express themselves is through high-tech capabilities, such as playing games for strangers on the internet.
Listen, that's just, you know what? That's just the way it is now, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Like back in the ancient days, you would have to hook your TV up and go on a UHF channel to do that. Now it's just on your computer. It's great.
Way back when, you would just put a message in a bottle and throw it out in the ocean and hope someone would find it months later. Very low tech, in my opinion. It's much better now.
Before we get started, I'd like to thank some folks. Thank you to DJ for the 25 bits. DJ says, effective immediately, the gay rats are in control. It's true.
Good, thank you.
Thank you very much to Broken Scholar for the 500 bits. Thank you.
Wow.
Gay rats are forever, and so is Elmo. True. We will
also
be
agree.
Elmo.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much to Anari Fox for the 21-month reset or sub. They say it's fun to say bitchin'.
Agreed. Thanks.
Thank you all so very much. Oh boy, I'm excited for this one.
Alright, so it's been a while since we've done this. A few times in the past, we've collected, collated, and sorted many different ROMs from different publishers, presenting them in the context of an NES Publisher Spotlight. Before this, we've handled, I believe, Jalico, I believe Bandai, maybe a couple other companies, Acclaim we did before. But this week, we asked our patrons for something a little bit different. We gave them a choice of 4 different publishers who are, let's say they have less than stellar reputations. In the end, High Tech Expressions won in a huge landslide, which was a huge blow to morale, I'm not going to lie to you. But we did it, and we're going to present the results of our findings here tonight, because that's what everyone wanted. High Tech Expressions of all. This is the only time anyone has ever wanted anything related to High Tech Expressions, so much appreciated. Thanks for that.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Where to start? How about you put that logo up on the screen, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So, let's give a little bit of history here. High Tech Expressions, before they reached the NES, they started out in the early to mid-'80s as a producer of business software. This was several $100 pieces of software that were probably like 2 kilobytes each, aimed at corporate executives, being all like, how to be a better leader, or one of their games, or rather titles, was called Sell, Sell, Sell. Just to give you some indication.
Oh, good. That sounds like a great company to make games.
So through that, they established a bunch of connections to different corporations. And one year they decided, you know what? We're going to send everyone in our contact list a computer disk, a 5 1/4 floppy. When you started up this computer disk, it played a customized Christmas card with little Christmas animations, and then at the end it would be like, special thanks to Dollar Fuckers Incorporated for your business, or whatever. And that apparently had a huge impact, because in the days and weeks afterward, they were all like, oh, this software, how'd you do this? Do you sell this? I want to make cards for people. And they thought, maybe that should be our entire business from now on. And that's what they did. For the next few years, they made greeting card software for computers, and they rode its very brief wave of popularity up until the point where it wore out. People weren't really looking for greeting cards anymore. And they decided to set their sights on console gaming, which was a boom town at the time. Mm-hmm. So they thought, NES, all right, people are buying this. We now have the money, the capital, in order to get the licenses for popular children's shows and stuff. Let's pump out a whole bunch of bullshit for the NES, was their official corporate mandate, I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm. It was like in the memo, it was like, pump out shit. Pump out shit. Signed, Mr. High Tech, formerly of Dollar Fuckers Incorporated.
Yeah. Pretty sure that was one of their clients, yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. If you want the full story, I recommend looking up LGR's Tech Tales video about high-tech expressions. Just look up Tech Tales, high-tech expressions. That'll give you more context as to their beginnings. But us, we are mere console peasants, so that's the realm we explore. First of all, though, before we start playing these games, I have a philosophical question for y'all to mull over. Mm-hmm. Look at this logo. I say this can be read one of 2 ways. It's kind of a glass half empty or half full situation. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. These pixels, this heart, are the pixels completing the heart? Are they forming the necessary components of the heart? Or is the heart fading away?
All I'm going to say is the first time I saw it, the first thing I said was, Mr. NES, I don't feel so good. Just,
Yeah.
The way it's just disintegrating. I think it's disintegrating. I see fading away. It's a contrail.
Well,
it's getting Thanos. It's bleeding. It's fading. It's dissolving.
Let's play the games, and then maybe you can come to a final conclusion about what this logo means. So let's get started. High-Tech Expressions started off on the NES in January of 1989. They decided to dip their toes into the market with this game right here.
Oh, it's the Yellow Devil? Says Cambertian. Oh, man. Oh, hell yeah. And Ernie and Astro Grover.
You want to play this one?
Yes, actually. So I actually had Astro Grover on DOS as a kid. So.
All right, show us your skills.
Oh, boy. I don't know about this.
How many zips? Beam that number. Take it away, Zips.
All right, let's do how many zips.
That was the key sound from Wizards and Warriors. In fact, a lot of this sounds a whole lot like Rare.
Where the...
There they are.
Hold on. 4, 5, is it 6? 7? Okay, it's 7. I'm great. I'm 3, 4, 5, yeah, 7.
Push it.
Please.
You did it.
Okay, good.
work.
I did it.
So this game is credited to Rare, who made a whole bunch of games under contract way back when. Unlike many of those games, though, Rare didn't actually make this one. They subcontracted their work to Zippo Incorporated, who was actually the Pickford brothers.
Oh.
Stay and John Pickford. How do you pronounce that? S-T-E.
Yeah, how do you pronounce that? We were talking about that earlier.
I think that's just like a UK exclusive abbreviation of a name. Like if Steve is too long.
And real quick, before I go on, I do want to thank Simon for the 26-month resub. Simon says, hey there, pals. Thanks for another 26 months of great streams featuring a wide variety of expressions, both high and low tech. Yeah, this is more high tech than we're used to, but yeah, okay,
Anyway, whatever their names are, the Pickford brothers, they later joined up with Software Creations, and they made games such as Plock for Super Nintendo, and Spider-Man and X-Men Arcade's Revenge.
All right, we got confirmation from Kaiser that's pronounced Stee like Steve.
Steve,
Thank you.
Thank
you.
I'm learning stuff today. I can count now.
2,
I know how to pronounce Steve.
3. Yeah, this is the one thing about this game is it's very, very slow paced for the babies. And
it's a good way to start out. You know, the NES didn't have much educational software back then. Why not fill that niche with their favorite Sesame Street characters? I believe the Pickfords also made a few other games under Rare's banner, including Iron Sword, Wizards and Warriors 3, and Solar Jet Man. I thought Iron Sword was pretty good.
I'm sorry, I love the moon just being all placid and happy, like, yeah.
Yeah, so far this is pre-Elmo, though we will see him by the end of tonight's program. You Elmo fans, don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry, Elmo fans, stans, and all y'all, we will see that red bastard. Sorry.
Not some anti-fans of Solar Jet Man here in chat. Yeah, that's a very frustrating game. Oh, you did it! You completed the neighborhood. Nice work.
Hey! That's Grover. I also want to say the music in the NES version is a lot better than the music in the DOS version, which I remember giving me nightmares as a kid. And yet, I'm still looking for it. I haven't found it online, but I know it had like this weird song at the end of one of the Astro Grover games that just
Alex described it to me as a haunting melody.
It was so haunting!
There's
Grover,
Elmo.
Grover is
Grover.
big now. Grover is big now. Grover got bigger than before.
Elmo's brother Grover. That's
Wait.
Canon. That's canon, right?
No.
Okay, that's enough. Give it to me.
We've
Good work,
that's
Alex.
Grover. You're welcome. It's Grover, baby.
So that's how they started out, January '89. This compilation of Astro Grover and another game that we'll actually see later.
Mm-hmm. I think we'll see Astro Grover later too.
Mm-hmm. September 1989. 6 months later, what do they release? This game. It's Sesame Street again.
Yes!
And that amounts to all of their releases for 1989. They made Sesame Street 1, 2, 3, and ABC. This game at least has a little sing-along here.
Okay, we're seeing the clouds away. Good.
We were discussing this before the stream. What do they mean by the air being sweet on Sesame Street?
I'm telling you, it's because
He just has a musk.
Grover, okay, you know what? It is Grover. It's Grover's musk. He just smells really nice. You're just like, you don't think so, but you're like, dang.
Let's play Let Her Go Round.
What is this, your car?
I'm playing this one, so expect some expert gameplay here.
Hey, this game's really tough. Nice.
If you pick the wrong letter... It plays a haunting melody to haunt you for the rest of the years.
It is haunting! I don't care!
If you pick the right one... Does that. But you're not going to believe what happens when you pick 3 in a row.
Are we going to die?
You'll see.
Are we going to die?
I like this little riverside scene here. I like how the moon is reflecting on the water.
I have to say, the graphics here are real. This is a nice visual.
It's unusually moody for a Sesame Street game. Like you're looking out wistfully, thinking of your lost love. Also matching letters.
Yeah, you're doing a good job matching letters.
I hit the bell! You know what that means?
I do not.
It's party time!
Oh, hell yeah! Look at him go! Oh man, you can go get it, Ernie. Hell yeah.
He's grooving. I want to do the Ernie. Alright, get back in the tent.
Yeah, get out of here, kids. Yeah, I like the transparent Cookie Monster spray. That was actually kind of cool.
Fireworks.
Oh man! This is, you know what? I have to say, as much as these are just kind of basic baby games, this is actually a nice start for the company, you know? This isn't so bad.
It's decent quality. These games aren't horrible. They're a little basic, but they teach you what you need to know before you enter kindergarten.
That is a funky dance, Ernie.
Anyway, you can play this forever. I don't think it ever ends. So let's move on.
Yeah.
The year is 1990. The 90s have begun. And High-Tech Expressions was there in January of 1990 with this game.
Ooh, chess. Oh, this is based off of the computer game, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Developed by the Software Toolworks. This is like right before they bought a company called Mindscape, which became their own publisher. Before that, Software Toolworks was just a maker of educational software for PCs.
Is this Take 5?
It is! I didn't know there was an NES Take 5.
Come on, get to the good part! Oh, it's just repeating that one part. That's crazy! It's Take 5! Yeah, Take 5 Punch. You see more? Oh, wow.
Okay, I never knew there was an NES adaptation of the jazz standard Take 5, but here we are. Let's play chess. Published by High-Tech Expressions, developed by Software Toolworks, who would make a whole bunch of stuff for NES, including the Miracle Piano, which included an actual goddamn musical piano.
I promise, unfortunately, Yoda does not, even though he is not a Sesame Street Muppet, but he's a Muppet, he does not blow up any heads in this one.
I've already messed up. There we go.
Okay, there you...
Classic opening gambit. He'll never take this one. You fool!
It's music, man.
What?
What are they doing? Are they...
I just took your queen, dude! The NES's old 6502 processor could not do chess, I guess. Or maybe the NES is just shit-talking me, like being all like, I don't need my queen.
That is not a legal move.
Really? The bishop can't move here?
That is not a legal move.
Okay. Alright. Whatever you say, NES, just make up new rules for chess.
Oh, you're in check is why.
Oh, that's why. Yeah, that would do it, huh? Now, I will say, if you want really good music along to a Chess Master game, check out the SNES version. I know someone here must have heard that. It's like... It uses the basic SNES sound font with the slap bass, and it just sounds really meandering and awful. I prefer Take 5.
Yeah, same here. Man.
And once again, this is High-Tech Expressions filling a niche, just realizing there's no chess game on the market for NES. So why not? Bring it out. Teach the kids how to play chess.
Mm-hmm. I still think they should have had, like, Elmo and Grover and Big Bird, but...
Yeah, why not?
Oh, I see you running away.
Now he's scared.
Coward.
Got him running.
Oh. Wow.
Oh, these are all segments from Take 5, now that I realize it. Man. Okay. So far, so good. Very basic software, filling niches on NES. Here's where it gets a little rough. Let's move on.
Okay.
March 1990. High-Tech Expressions partners with a company called RSP for the production of this game, which Alex is going to play.
Oh, this game! I played this game so much as a kid. I rented it, and then I had a copy, and I...
You still have your cartridge, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, I do.
I've seen it in your collection.
Let's play this.
Alright, who's seen this? This was a game show for a time. A lot of celebrities plus normal people would get together and draw stuff, and then their teammates would have to guess what it was. It's basically Pictionary.
It's men versus men.
It's a man show.
You know what, I'll do player drawing. No, I want second puzzle code. Let's go.
Wow, usually the game draws stuff on its own, and you have to guess it, but Alex is...
Alright, controller 2 draws the clues. Got it.
We don't have a controller 2.
Press B on controller 2 to review the answer. Okay. You got it.
We don't have a controller 2,
That's
Alex.
fine. I should have said none, shouldn't I?
Why don't you hit that home button and hit reset?
Okay, it's normal. Don't worry about it.
It's fine. It's totally fine. So anyway, this is way more interesting than you might realize.
Pressed it.
Oh my god.
We're fine.
There. Good.
Thank you. Sorry. Okay, we're good. We got it now. Don't worry about it. It's fine. We never fuck up. Don't forget.
So this was the first High-Tech Expressions game developed by Riedel Software Productions, or RSP. I wrote notes here, believe it or not. The company was founded by solo designer, programmer, and artist Mike Riedel, who was the sole designer and programmer of Spy vs. Spy, a pretty famous early computer game for PCs. He got the license for the Mad Magazine characters through cooperation with his buddy, an agent or something, some kind of marketing liaison. His name was Vince Desi, and through that, they established a partnership, later joining up as RSP Productions, and they made a whole bunch of licensed bullshit, including several games we're going to see tonight, along with Super Nintendo games like Beethoven's Second. What? Yeah, what? I wasn't looking at the screen. What is this? It's B to enter, I think. Or am I wrong?
Let me try that again.
Anyway, Vince Desi founded the Desi Network and collaborated with Mike Riedel, and many years later, after getting tired of producing licensed schlock for companies like High-Tech Expressions, they went off in their own direction and founded a company called Running with Scissors. So the origins of the Postal series is right here, in this image of a man being hit by a baseball bat.
That fits though, doesn't it?
It does! I couldn't have planned that any better. Let's see if the computer gets it.
What? Well, what am I supposed to do? What the fuck?
What indeed?
Okay, Team 2? What the hell?
Batter? Beating?
Beat? Violence? Death?
Beaten?
Bad?
Yeah, usually there's a controller too here to guess, but you can speed it up by holding the right analog stick to the right.
Okay.
There you go. I want to see what this is. I'm invested.
Yeah, what is this? Here we go. Alright, here we go.
Please tell me.
It is.
Strike. Okay.
Are they beating a striking worker? What the hell? I mean,
that's
I get
what it is.
But...
Nice try.
I don't know. No. What the fuck, Danny? Okay, one more, and then we can move on, but what the fuck? Oh, okay, that's easy.
Oh, it's player 2 who has to guess. Yeah, might as well speed it up.
Player 2 doesn't get it. They're just, you know.
They go with that Galaxy Brain one for the first one, and then the next one, oh, it's just like the moon.
Yeah, I guess it's Moon.
Yeah, it's Mac tonight. Draw some sunglasses on him.
Half-eaten donut.
But I can only imagine that just years and years of making stuff like this is what eventually drove RSP to become Running with Scissors. It just makes sense in a narrative sort of way, you know?
Come on. It is.
M-O-O-N.
Alright.
That spells moon.
Thank you. Let's put in Moon. It's a moon, baby. Hell yeah.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Rad.
Oh, they're
stand
dancing!
Up.
Yeah, alright.
I should also point out that all of the games we've played so far, including this one, are ports from PC. These games were originally released for DOS, as well as Apple computers, occasionally the C64. And some of these ports are better than others. You got this one?
Is it Thumb?
I think you got it.
Thumb? Hell yeah.
Great.
Great. I love that they just stand up and they're like, hey! Alright,
And then they sit
down.
right back down,
like,
yeah.
That's me when I stand up. I'm like, yeah. And then, it's like McDonald's! And they sit back down.
I've seen that diagram.
Oh, it's beautiful. Alright. Let's just do this one. What the fuck? Excuse me?
Maybe they were secretly designing Postal a good 7 or 8 years before it actually became a reality.
What the fuck?
Why don't you hand me that controller?
Please take this away. I think the game knows it's on stream and it's trying to be edgy. That's a syringe. That's what I use to take my medicine. Yeah, what the fuck?
Pretty sure this breaks Twitch's terms of service somehow.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna go and I'm gonna swoop in and guess the answer to this.
It's glorifying drug use somehow, assuming.
Some sicko up there is just drawing people getting beaten with a bat and syringes and shit. And that sicko later turned out to be the Postal dude. Beat.
Well, alright, let's answer it. It's, I saw chat saying it's a ruler, it's,
Yeah, that's what it
it's
is.
a cricket bat, a Buster sword. I like Buster sword.
Oh,
Try a needle.
good idea.
That was suggested by chat.
Let me point out, you cannot loop to the... Never mind, you can loop to the other side. Once again, I'm incorrect. Needle.
Needle. Wonderful. Alright,
Harry! Harry?
Harry?
Okay, I'm gonna
Okay,
have...
what the fuck is this game?
That said Harry, right? I didn't misread that?
No, you're not hallucinating. That absolutely said Harry.
Who...
No, chat doesn't get it either, and neither do I.
Who wants to explain that one? Why did those ladies stand up and spontaneously exclaim Harry?
I mean, I am, but maybe it's because, you know...
Harry!
Maybe that was a syringe full of, you know, testosterone, and they're transitioning, and they're like, damn, I'm Harry now, because it's true, I am.
Okay.
That's all I can fucking think
Suddenly
of.
that makes sense.
That's all I can think of. Alright,
What are they gonna say this time? Cool. Oh, that's normal. That's something I would say.
Say something weird!
Like Harry. Okay, so actually, there's a couple of secret codes in this game, stealthily inserted by the future Running with Scissors team. Let's go ahead and have a look at those.
Okay. Ugh.
Show me RSP Inc. You can enter this after you pick difficult, and it gives you this.
Oh, how cool. It's the team, baby.
They made these NES games, and then they got twisted.
Made out of 3 whole colors.
And then there's this one. If you enter Lord of the Wabbit... Lord of the Wabbits... You get this. There's a lot here on stream I want explained to me, but I don't think an explanation is ever gonna come.
Alright, you know what? Why not? That's life, I guess. What the fuck? Danny, explain!
Maybe it was a regional thing? Like, RSP was like, what, Arizona? Maybe they all go around exclaiming Harry all the time.
Maybe.
Yes.
happy about it at least.
Well, we should move on.
Yeah, what the fuck do you mean?
So many questions. No answers, but we're going to move on to our next game, which is also from RSP. Win, Lose, or Draw was released in March 90, and this one came a couple months later, May 1990. You get a game based on MTV's remote control.
I had this as a kid too! I never even saw the fucking show, but I had this
You have the worst taste in video games.
Hey! First of all, I was a child. And second of all, these are just games that, like, my parents could get on discount at the discount thing for cheap.
I could see these games being on deep discount.
Oh yeah, the only games I ever had as a kid were on deep discount. Everything else I just rented.
So you get a bunch of different characters you can be. Once again, this is a DOS port. In the DOS version, these characters all had huge heads and were really detailed. They kind of had to shrink them down a little bit too much for NES, so they all look kind of, deranged. I'm gonna go with this guy.
Hell yeah.
You can also enter your name, but I'm not gonna bother yet.
I was never, unfortunately, in a high-tech expressions family.
Oh my god. Oh, you could push the buttons to...
Yeah, their face gets distorted and shit.
Okay, hang on.
Alright.
They have two different facial expressions, every single one of them.
Stop that! Oh god! Please! Please
What's
stop making her face wiggle! Ah, Jesus!
Want to see me move every muscle on my face at once?
Ah! God!
I'm doing this because I know the game's not going to be any good.
I mean, it does have questions about TV. That's like the best part of it because I
Alright, let's play the game.
Alright.
Maybe you can help me with this one. Oh, the host has problems too.
You get sassed a lot is all I remember. And when you lose, they like pour popcorn on you or some shit. I like the overscan on the top.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Alright, Freddy,
Brady physics.
Mm-hmm.
Those zany Brady kids.
Yeah, all I remember, I never saw the actual show on MTV. All I remember is the theme was like, it's a wacky show about TV shows and sitcoms. Like a quiz show of some sort. Never watched. This is why this is why I love this fucking, this is actually why I like this game, with shit like this. Please put them all in a drum.
RSP, what's your problem?
No way! That, if I recall, was a lot like the actual show. But yes, please. There's like every single one of the whatchamacallits has a different category you can choose. All the different channels around the thing.
Alice tosses 10 slices of buttered bread in the air. Which is more probable, the 5 slices blind side up, 9, or that Alice hits the lottery and quits? I'm guessing 3.
I think it's 3. Hey, Freddy!
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, if you press up and down, I think on the TV you get other categories. And
okay.
I think you should.
You're experienced with this game.
I played this game a lot on my own. Very depressing, but listen.
The flighty English sisters who lived upstairs from Oscar and Felix in The Odd Couple. You know this one?
Absolutely not.
Susan!
Susan doesn't know shit.
What do you say, Susan? Susan's wrong.
Alright, Pigeon Sisters. Yeah. As Conan mentions, the show itself had questions like this, too. It was very irreverent and, like, whatever in the fucking day.
So that does match up, their whole aesthetic. Freddy's happy. No one else is happy. Let's pick category 9.
Oh, yeah.
Channel number 5.
Alright, models turned actors. Got it.
Burn on the models.
I have no clue.
Someone else want to buzz in?
Well, it's not Kim Basinger, so we know that.
I didn't think it was Kim Basinger.
Damn! You're good at this.
I'm taking advantage of when they narrow down the choices.
Smart. You're playing the smart man's game here.
I'm playing the percentages, playing the ponies, they call it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, movies.
I can do this one. Well, they used to.
I was gonna say back in the day. Oh, God.
This game's out of date. Oh, here we go. I'm ready for this. Bluto. Finally, they give me questions I can answer.
Blue! Beautiful.
Man, the Popeye fan is just running away with things.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do one more question.
Okay. Yeah, Sweet Pea, the enemy of all.
I'm gonna get that, baby.
So am I, and I'm Jim Belushi.
The plot of Animal House. Oh, who are you?
Who the fuck?
What the fuck? Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
I don't know what the fuck. Who knows what the fuck, you know?
Yeah, they're all unimpressed. Look at Freddy. Oh.
Yeah, some of those are just commercials and you don't actually get to answer a question.
Private eyes, they're watching you.
Uh-huh. They're also weirdos, too. Don't worry. Yeah.
Who here has seen Spencer for Hire?
Oh, you know that's a
Dickman?
It's not Dickman. Damn, you haven't even seen this show.
Mm-mm. Educated guess, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I am a super genius. So this being RSP, of course they included a couple of secret codes in their game. You want to see them?
Yes, I do. I've never seen them before.
Let's check this out. Actually, it's just the one. Okay. So if you enter the 3 character names as please show RSP and push start.
Hey, it's them.
Get to see the creators. Now you might think, man, it would be great if they made different faces like the real characters do, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, God. Oh, please make... No. Make them stop, please. Make them stop. No.
Hey, Alex.
I love when the streamers becomes an Alex torturing him. Oh, God.
That's remote control from RSP, the future running with scissors, and yet we're not done with them yet. Because later that year, October of 1990, RSP would release their most twisted title to date.
Here he is, the man himself.
We often get requests for Big Bird games. And here you go.
Yeah, never say we don't deliver. We will deliver, even if it takes us years.
I like the name Billy Pigeon. That was their product liaison.
That is a good name.
There he is!
Hey, my man! hey, look who it is! We got it. Oh,
let's play hide and speak. Choose a game.
This speech is real good for NES.
This is amazing!
Like, really good. Like, just think of Bad Dudes at the end of the level. He goes, brah, brah. And here Big Bird's just like saying words you can understand.
What the hell? That was really good.
Grover.
Who's this?
Bert.
Okay.
Oh.
Elmo.
Hell yeah, we got Big Bird Elmo today.
The Count.
Wait, he's a vampire. He can't enter without being invited.
Well, Sesame Street has different rules. They're all so friendly there.
Elmo.
Find Elmo.
Find
I
Elmo.
can do that. I know what an Elmo looks like. There he is. Oh.
Okay, you got this though. We know.
Grover.
Okay.
Elmo.
So I'm kind of put off by that. That's Grover.
I actually like the little animation.
Great. You found Elmo. Now find Bert.
Okay.
A lot of people voted for high-tech expressions. I think they just wanted to see us play these games.
Oh boy. You found Bert. Now find Grover.
He speaks full sentences even. I mean, it's just individual samples strung together, but it sounds good.
Wow. You found Grover.
Grover.
Now find the Count.
I was gonna say Big Bird. I don't know if you should say wow. We're both like in our 30s. So.
Wow. You did great.
Yay!
Oh God, he's so
Found
happy.
the count.
Mhm.
You found them all.
And you know what happens when you finish the game.
Bert,
Remember what happened in ABC and 1, 2, 3?
Oh hell yes, please.
Great.
That's right. It's party time.
Yes, yes.
Who are we gonna party with? It's Grover!
Oh hell yeah.
Party time, Grover!
Go for it, Grover.
Oh yeah. I remember this scene in Sesame Street, the little backlot they had.
Yeah, yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Like off to the left, there's Mr. Hooper's store
Mhm.
before his tragic demise.
Jesus, Danny. 24-hour party, Grover. I love you, Grover. Well, he's back.
Let's play again.
Should we?
Find the count.
I think we're ready to move on to the maximum level of difficulty.
Yes, make it as hard as possible.
Choose a game.
I'm ready for this. Game number 6, please.
Hell yeah.
I am a fully formed adult.
Mm-hmm. We're in our 30s and we're ready to learn about letters and numbers for the first time in our lives.
Bring it on.
We got this. Okay, there's the count.
Oh, he's not even telling us who they are now. It's a mystery.
Ernie. Bert. Okay.
Elmo's sitting this one out.
Mm-hmm.
How many words can you make before the sun goes down? Ready?
Sounds vaguely threatening.
This is menacing. Now there's Elmo.
Oh, here we go.
P.
Wow, he has all the different letters in his vocabulary, too.
E.
Tex.
X. P. E. X. I don't think that's a word.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Again.
I don't think you know your words, Big Bird.
Big Bird. Big
Tex
Bird.
is short for Texan. Everyone knows this. Everyone.
It's the best part of, you know.
E.
Have you never heard of Tex-Mex?
You can't have Tex-Mex without the Tex.
You need the Tex.
N. P. E.
Mm-hmm.
N. Pin.
Homo has to stay
Yay.
hidden. Yeah.
Add it to the board.
Go again.
Well, you can do this for a while, and there's different animations for each of the different characters. Practicing this last night, I saw Elmo blow a bubble, which took him in the air, and then the bubble burst and it sent him flying all over the place.
Was he okay?
Press the
No,
big
he died.
black button.
Shit! Oh my
Little
god!
Little bird.
Oh yeah, Tass!
Oh yeah, let's see if Big Bird knows the word TAS.
He's
before
gotta.
we move on. It's an important gamer term.
Mm-hmm.
P.
T. Tool. Assisted. Speed run.
A.
We got this.
R. T. A. Real time attack.
S. P. A. S. I don't think that's...
I don't think we're gonna play this anymore.
Wow!
Thanks, Big Bird.
Disrespectful of our Twitch audience here.
Unfreaking believable.
He's can't. No, get out of here, dude. Get out of here.
That was October 1990, and would you believe it, they released another game in the same month. October of 1990, from Software Toolworks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to play this one.
You want me to play it? Oh! Orb! Orb!
Orb 3D.
Orb! Okay, I like the music.
Imagine a 3D orb.
I'm rotating in my mind's eye right now. Ooh, it's so
Orb.
beautiful. Orb.
I don't know what this music is trying to accomplish.
I like it.
I'm just saying, we had Mindscape on the poll as well, and Software Toolworks pushed out some real crap under that label. But here we are. Oh my god.
Yes,
Here we go.
orbs, wizards, chambers, Kron,
An evil
galaxy.
wizard known as Crone invented a horrible, debilitating illness. 30 chambers stand between you and him.
Orb. Okay, I like this. All right, I'm down. I'm down for the orb.
This game was actually packaged with a pair of 3D glasses, Anaglyph, the red and blue ones. And essentially what this is it's single-player Pong. You control the orb as it zooms in and out. Apparently the red and blue glasses give you a sense of depth. And when the ball is underneath a bubble, you hit the button, and that makes the bubble go away. That's Orb 3D. This game lasts for 20 hours.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does. I've seen the Mexican runner play it.
Oh.
He
like
beat
that.
The most impressive thing I've ever seen TMR, the Mexican runner, do here on Twitch is he had to beat Miracle Piano. So first of all, he had to get the goddamn piano, because there's not a different one. There's only one that's compatible with it. And second of all, he had to learn from the beginning how to play piano, because the game requires you to have some kind of actual skill with playing. So by the end of his NES Mania project, he knew how to play the piano.
Holy shit. Yeah, I remember watching that, yeah.
He spent days on that.
Yeah, I'd come in to edit, and you'd be watching Mexican Runner, and I'd look, and he'd be still playing the damn piano. Real quick, thank you so much to White Taxi for the 100 bits to appreciate that.
Nice, thank you.
Just imagine having to learn the piano to beat a project. That is so impressive.
That's dedication. Mm-hmm. And also a warning for anyone else who wants to do that. You gotta learn to play the piano. It's literally a requirement if you want to beat every US NES game. This game, I'm not really learning any marketable skills here. I mean, I am streaming and people are watching it for some reason, but...
Well, they love orbs, you know
right.
How it is. You know how all the millennials and the zennials and the Gen Zers and everybody, they're all like, orbs. That's all we want now.
You asked for this, Zoomers.
Mm-hmm, this is what they all wanted.
Have I ever beaten a level of this game? I think I'm about to.
Shit.
Let's find out what happens.
Come on.
Yeah.
Alright, what happens?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's time to bowl.
Hey, let's bowl.
Okay.
Space bowl.
Do you have to get a strike?
I think so.
Or a split? Holy...
I think I can hit a spare.
Okay, good luck.
You do have an energy meter. If it drains, it's game over, and you have to start all the way over. Anyone happen to know how many levels there are in this? There's like 50, right?
That's a good question. Let's see here.
This is the...
30 levels.
30 levels of this. This game has bargain bin written all over it. I'm surprised you didn't get this one.
Yeah, like I got bargain bin games meant for the power pad. I didn't even have a power pad.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
No, it was really funny. I played it once and they were like, "Oh, well, we can't return this, sorry."
That blows.
That's okay.
That's the risk you run on the NES. Sometimes games require peripherals and it doesn't really tell you. Well, I got to level 2 in Orb 3D. That is a new PB for me.
Oh man, Abby actually had Miracle Piano as a kid.
Wow, did you learn how to play piano?
They said, I don't know that I really learned any more from it than regular piano lessons, but it was fun. Yeah, cool. It looked fun.
It looked different, it looked neat. It did have a very comprehensive training program, I can tell you that much. After seeing how many hours TMR sunk into that thing.
Yeah.
I'm not playing this anymore. Orb 3D is bad.
Yeah, we don't need to see any more of that.
We're not done with 1990.
Mm-hmm.
Their final release of 1990. Coming in November. I don't want to play this one either.
Okay.
There's an argument to be made for this being the worst NES game.
The music is good. Mind's Eye, like the things you would look at and like get nauseous at.
Yeah, it was developed by 3D Pictures. It uses
Flash.
It uses the noise channel in a weird way. What's that one sample it's using? It's strange. Anyway, Miss Piggy Pignapped. Notorious carnival owner Dr. Grump is prime suspect.
Is Dr. Grump a real Muppet?
Oh, that's a misspelling. It's supposed to be Dr. Slump.
Okay. Yeah, you know how much Jim Henson loved Toriyama's work at the time.
Yeah, they were bouncing off each other. Just ideas constantly coming from one another, like the Beach Boys and the Beatles. So, if you're wondering why this game turned out the way it did, I encourage you to look up the PC versions of this, like the DOS version. It has technically the same content, but they're all executed completely differently on NES. It's a collection of mini-games. This is one of them.
Yeah, Krillin is a mistranslation of Kermit, exactly. Well, what the hell? Look at him! Look at our boy!
Also, if you watch Brosencha's Kuso Grande, I think this game has made an appearance a couple times, since it is kind of shockingly bad.
This is Toobin, but Kermit.
He's technically Toobin.
I don't like that buzzing noise. It reminds me of Beanball Benny, if of all things.
Reminds me of an unreleased game.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with the V-Blink. I think it's sick.
There's a lot of things wrong with this game. I have my suspicions. I'll explain that in a minute.
Alright, Nanak Yamano actually fucking rented this as a kid.
Wow. I'm so sorry.
I've never played this before. I may not have even seen. I've seen Kermit in the inner tube before, but I did not. God.
So what I mean about it being technically the same as the computer version is if you look at the DOS version, this is a forward-scrolling segment. It does a semi-3D thing where there's like obstacles coming at you, and the way they did it is way more interesting than what the NES version did, which is extremely simple in comparison. You just push left or right. And when you grind up against an object, you kind of grind all the way to the side of the screen, making that horrible noise and making you lose a lot of life.
Yeah, what the...
Oh god. Oh god.
God. Oh, rip Kermit. He is a goner.
Where am I?
What the You're in a different game.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm so dead.
It just sticks you there. What the hell?
Yeah, it just started you there.
How is that fair? Oh god, everyone's using, there's apparently a rainbow puke emote and their add-on, and they're all making Kermit puke rainbows. God
Good.
Bless. Yeah, Kermit H going wild here.
Now, they do give you 10 lives, possibly knowing how hard and impossible this was, but you have to beat all 4 minigames to access the final segment, which I regret to tell you is a platformer, so we may have to rank this game someday.
No, I refuse. No.
It just does this. It goes on like this for a really long time. So I'm going to hit select and choose the next game. Car Course.
Okay.
Now on PC, this is a single-screen racetrack. You just go around it a few times battling the other Muppets.
Okay.
Well, I didn't mention, in each game on the PC version, you could pick your Muppet. You could be any Muppet in any game.
Nice.
Here they assign you a Muppet. And instead of it being a racetrack, it's this.
Okay. It's... Animals going wild.
Animals not having a great time. Oh, there was a bomb. I really wonder what the designers were thinking. Like, was it just not feasible to make a single-screen race course? Did they want to try something different?
I guess. I need to know your theories about this, because I
I
can't
have a
tell
few.
you.
I'll let you know after we finish up the final game in here. This game is a disaster, like, to an extent that's rare on NES, which is just full of shitty games to begin with.
I just want you to know everyone's saying assigned a Muppet at birth, and God bless y'all. That's what I'm thinking. Unfortunately, that is me. I am the human Muppet.
That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
All
That's
that
why my
felt.
voice is so rat-like. It's because I'm
You're Rizzo's son.
you know how the old friend of Dorothy? I'm a friend of Rizzo.
That's what they call it. Like the river game, it just goes on like this until it tells you to stop, and then the minigame is complete. So that's 2
Right.
down. Maybe the other 2 are good. Space Ride.
Alright.
So once again, on PC, you can pick your Muppet, and it actually is missing a crucial bit of context here, because in the PC version it shows like a docking station, like you're gradually trying to dock your spaceship or whatever it is in the thing with the background while dodging these meteors. Here, no docking station. Just dodge meteors. That's it. That's the whole game.
Oh man, rip Gonzo.
Oh, you can shoot. Never mind, this is great.
Okay, never mind. It's good now.
It's a video game now. Oh my god. I don't know what to do with myself. There's actual gameplay elements.
You're doing good.
Thank you. I'm not sure how long this goes on, but I can assume it's about forever.
Probably forever.
Who here has played this game? Do you like it? I want to hear from a defender of this game.
Yeah, all Muppet Carnival game defenders, show yourselves, you cowards.
We got any Muppet lawyers?
Honestly, are there Muppet lawyers? Like, I know there's Muppet YouTubers or like puppet YouTubers. There's gotta be a Muppet lawyer, right?
This is
Alright.
Gonzo? It's Gonzo,
Yeah.
right?
Alright, let's see. Some folks have played it. MTI's played it, and they say I do not like it. Kuros has played it and says I have. It is the pits.
It really is. I can't see anyone liking this, any part of it. It's actually kind of impressive how unfun it is, but we haven't played all the games yet. We're gonna play this one. Starring Fozzie Bear.
It's a merch that is wonderful. I am so glad you got married in a Muppet YouTuber's backyard.
That's cool.
I would love to, you know what? I would love to switch to being a puppet. Just let's, you know what? Is that Rizzo? That's Rizzo just walking around. Look at little Rizzo. Look at him go. Look at that little rat man. Ah, he's so cute. He's so cute. Oh, I love him. Oh.
Believe it or not, this controls really, really badly.
How?
So, like, I'm gonna hit left right here, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, he did it that time, but usually when you hit left right in front of an intersection, he won't turn. Like if I hit down like right here, he would just keep going forward. You have to hit the direction in advance, and he'll keep walking. Like right now I'm holding down. He will move forward a couple spaces. I can't really fully describe it, but it's a maze game with bad controls, which I didn't think was possible. And also, this is all you do.
I don't remember talking about Fozzie's love life in a previous episode, but I know I must have.
That sounds like something you would do.
That 100% is something I would say. I don't remember, but I know I would do that.
I'm pushing the buttons to try and make anything happen, but it's not happening.
Oh, it's 30 levels, Danny.
30 levels of this. Oh my god. Okay, one interesting thing I just now noticed. Your lives carry over in between minigames. That implies that you have some kind of continuity between them. That's a little bit cool.
Yeah, it's interesting, but that's also 10 lives shared between 4 games. I don't know about that.
Yeah. And considering this has 30 levels, you can only imagine how long the others are. Is this a weapon? It is!
What the?
Take that, Rizzo.
That looks obscene. Oh, he did. It looked like he just threw like a pipe at him or something. Like, hey, smoke up.
Thanks for the pipe, Fozzie.
Alright, everyone's talking about the terrible 90s and early 2000s Muppet ROM hacks and Sesame Street ROM hacks.
I see some of y'all are familiar with the classic Ernie and the Muppets Take It All Off. That's a favorite, and it's also completely unstreamable. Don't even think about it. But yeah, that does exist. Let's kill off Fozzie.
Don't apologize for asking any questions about that, that's fine.
So what do you say we kill off our last couple lives here on the river and see what happens?
Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate this so much.
I guess what this feels like is not a port, but an approximation of the PC version, because like I said, it keeps the premises, but it just makes them much, much simpler in execution. It limits your choice of Muppet. You can no longer be any Muppet drifting down the river. You gotta be Kermit.
I love how easy it is to get just generated so easily.
Yeah. Oh, great noise when it does it too.
I hate this. Who is that?
Who is he?
Well,
so while we let this Muppet dirge play in the background, why don't you show the image that I had prepared for this stream.
Oh, yeah.
This
Hold
was
up.
developed by Mind's Eye Productions, as that screen says. This is the only game they released for NES, and this is their development history according to GameFAQs. Why don't you read off a couple of those titles, Alex?
Okay, we got, Worst Things Happen at Sea.
Great title for a video game.
Turbo Boat Simulator.
That sounds the most normal out of all of them.
Alright, and then they did Snowball in Hell.
You can't say that.
I just did.
It's a bad word. And then came the Muppets game for NES.
Okay, and then Stun Runner, okay. And then another version of Snowball in Hell, got it.
And then their final release came many years later for the Amiga.
Pinball Brain Damage?
Pinball Brain Damage.
Danny, I'm sorry, is that you? That's awful.
I quit.
I love you. No.
What a history, right?
Yeah,
Like, just based on the
shit.
titles. A 10-year history with extremely fucked up names. One NES game that was a huge botch job. And in fact, they were going to release another one. That's the secret.
Oh, man. GDRI mentions that the computer games were made by a different company. Okay.
Yeah, it was this company that tried and failed to bring them over to NES. They just could not hack it at all.
Mm-mm.
But the truth of the matter is, they had 2 games lined up with high-tech expressions. There was going to be this game, and then in January of 1991, they were to release a port of the PC version of Funhouse, which was a game show starring J.D. Roth. Images of this version exist. You know those cards that you used to get at Toys R Us that you would flip over and you'd see the back of the box?
Mm-hmm.
They had one of those, VidPro cards they're called, and it showed images of this unreleased version of Funhouse that looked nothing like the released version. Turns out that was by Mind's Eye, and it was to be a port of the PC version. And I can only guess that the Muppet game turned out so horrible that even high-tech expressions decided it wasn't up to standards, so they canceled it. That version has been discovered. Someone found the cartridge, they posted images of it online, and then did nothing with it whatsoever. So it's now practically lost forever.
Hate it.
It's cool that it got found, and then nothing ever happened with it. It's always great to see. So hopefully someone can convince the owner of the cartridge to dump it and do the right thing someday. Dump it without making a reproduction cartridge run, please.
Please dump it.
No one wants this, except me.
Yeah.
Anyway, the version that did get released is our next game, January 91. Very hastily signed a contract with Real-Time Associates, creators of Real Monsters, Bug, and Bug 2 for Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
And they made their version of Funhouse.
Oh, wow. Apparently there was a college-age version of the show called College Funhouse, starring Greg Kinnear as the host. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, I watched an episode of this just to refresh my memory this morning, and it's pretty much just a more viscerally upsetting version of Double Dare.
Thank you! It is! It is! I really don't like it! I was watching it with you and it really bothered me.
They had obstacles like you had to thread a giant shoe with shoelaces, only the shoelaces were dipped in brown gunk. It looked like they were covered in shit.
Yeah!
And anyway, the kids just got all messy and shit covered while trying to lace up a giant shoe.
It was... ugh.
And again, the Mind's Eye version would have been a direct adaptation of that PC game, which had those disgusting stunts. And Real-Time Associates, apparently only having like a month to create this, just made a real simple overhead view action game.
Oh my god, it's J.D. Roth! This is fucking...
That's 8-bit J.D. Roth right there.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I don't know what this game is, but it's not Funhouse. This is obviously like a prototype they had just sitting in the office in some closet somewhere that they decided to slap a Funhouse coat of paint on.
Yeah! J.D. Roth didn't look very Tim Allen-esque.
He did. J.D. Roth, we've mentioned on the show before. He was the host of a lot of kids shows. Game Pro TV, you may have seen him on.
Yeah, he was also a host on the Disney Channel's in the 90s TV show about Walt Disney World and theme parks or whatever, and it was him and George Foreman, of all people.
Wow, weird.
Yeah.
So like Double Dare, it starts off with a whole bunch of stupid little stunts and events for you to get points. What they do here with this overhead view action thing is nothing like the show whatsoever. There is a racetrack they go at the end of every show, but I don't think they even do that in this game.
And yeah, Dominic's mentioned in the there was a UK version of this game. I don't know if it was the original or not, but the UK version featured a host with an incredible mullet. Like,
you need to see this
dude's
dude's mullet.
Ones.
Just look up Funhouse TV show on YouTube and you'll see him. I think it was originally a UK show and they just brought it over to the States. And anyway, the big draw of this show at the end... Oh, someone has an image. Good.
Yes, thank you, Dominic Harrison. I don't know how I feel about that. It's
too big.
The
big centerpiece of this show, what you watch it for, is at the end, where they have this fun house, which is just a bunch of different rooms with obstacles in there, and you gotta sort through them looking for prizes. It's kind of like Legends of the Hidden Temple, really.
But goopy.
But yeah, extremely goopy.
Okay, so this was an American in origin. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Good to know.
All right. Man, it was so good they had to bring it over to the UK.
Just is that bass.
But the thing is, none of the kids who bought this, assuming there were any Funhouse fans, none of the kids who bought this had any idea of the development history in the background. Like, would you buy this if you knew it had been canceled and then given like a few weeks to be developed by a different developer? That's so messed up.
I like how this is nothing like Funhouse, too. This is like an entirely different game.
Yeah, seriously.
This is literally nothing like Funhouse. This is amazing.
Rare's version of Double Dare is a lot more like Double Dare than this is like Funhouse.
This is...
Kids who bought Double Dare at least got something what they were expecting. Kids who bought this were ripped off. I've never even played enough of it to see if there's a final,
Horseshoe.
see if there's a final level where you go through the Funhouse. I bet there isn't.
It probably is like overhead or whatever. Like, this is like an overhead shooter of some sort. This is...
I'm getting shot. I don't remember that being happening. Don't remember that happening in the show.
Yeah, like when I was watching this, none of these kids had guns. Like, they weren't shooting stuff.
They were just being covered in what looked like literal shit.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Good, clean fun.
No, it's like...
Bad, clean fun.
Bad, clean fun.
Bad, unclean, not fun.
Viscerally upsetting fun. Alright, Lynx Winter says that they rented this as a kid and had 2 miserable days with it.
Oh, I hate that when you rent a game and you're just stuck with it. You gotta play it, because what else are you gonna do?
Alright, apparently the producers of the show also did Shop Till You Drop and Legends of the Hidden Temple. That makes
a lot more sense.
Okay.
Oh, look, it's the Funhouse!
Oh shit, you actually gonna do it?
I think so.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Schedule. Let's do it.
Alright. Man, look at that animation. Alright, way to go.
Triplet.
Oh, we're on floor... Wait, we were in the Funhouse all along.
But the Funhouse is just...
This is neither fun nor a house.
This is like a different game that they slapped Funhouse on. This feels like an Amiga game or something that they just slapped the name on.
That's probably exactly what happened.
God. It's got 12 floors, Danny. Please,
What
no.
the... 12?
Yeah, no.
No!
Please move on. I'm begging you.
That game is even worse than I imagined. But at least it came out and ripped off and disappointed a lot of kids. Thanks, High-Tech Expressions. We are making good time. We're about halfway through our journey and halfway through the stream. Next up, also coming out in January 91, the game every kid wanted for Christmas that year, but it barely missed Christmas. So they had to take a rain check on it. If you were lucky, your parents took you back to Woolworths or Montgomery Ward in January of 91, and they bought you The Hunt for Red October.
Hey,
This is based on a movie. I think it's the only high-tech game based on a movie. This was about a submarine. It had Sean Connery, and the movie poster was red. That's all I know about it.
I know there's a sub. I guess that's a story. I'm not sure.
It later inspired the IRIM game In the Hunt.
Danny. Did it?
Yeah. In the Hunt is a direct reference to The Hunt for Red October. Anyway, what you're about to see, none of it ever happened, which is good.
Okay. Yeah, and then this is based on the Tom Clancy novel, as were many movies in the day.
You might think of this as the first console Tom Clancy game.
Oh my god! Danny, why did you tell me that? This sucks!
Yep, long before Splinter Cell, Ghost Recon, it all started here, baby.
Tom Clancy's The Hunt for Red October, only on NES. Tom Clancy's Tom Clancy, only on the Tom Clancy. Yeah, this is the chiptune Soviet fucking... Oh, that's good.
Hey, no spoilers.
Okay.
So this is by Beam Software, who we covered in the past. They did a lot of fucked up NES ports, but they also did good games. They did Super Nintendo Shadowrun, Super Nintendo True Lies.
Mm-hmm.
They had a few good games. They could do good stuff when they had the budget. High-tech software, high-tech entertainment did not give them the budget. Now, weirdly enough, this actually does play a lot like Irem's In the Hunt, because when you surface, you can use these missiles, and you have this other one that shoots in front of you. But aside from that, well, it's this.
Oh yeah, this is by the same makers of that great Looney Tunes Space Race game we played. Yeah.
Oh, God. You know, I think I know someone who worked on that game, so I can't I can't criticize it
Yeah,
too
be
much.
nice, Danny.
Game development is a job, a hard one. And it's done by real people.
Mm-hmm. Like, I can't be like, haha, you worked on a bad game. I worked at Target. You should see the shit I had to sell to people at one point. Oh no, I can't.
Yeah, it's called Funhouse. It's based on the show that you love. It's got a great version of J.D. Roth in it. Looks just like him.
I guess this is...
Anyone play this? I think this also came out on Super Nintendo.
I don't know. I don't think I've seen anybody in chat who's actually played this. I can't imagine this sold well, but what do I know?
It was the hit movie of 1990.
Chat's calling this flappy subs.
The sub looks pretty blomby. That's why I called it a slub.
Wait. Got a great piece of info here. At one point in development, according to Arnold Rimmer, this game had giant squid enemies, and the devs were forced to remove them because they didn't appear in the game. Why didn't the Hunt for Red October feature giant squids?
It could have been cool.
Why didn't Sean Connery fight a giant squid in a sub? Why didn't they do that?
Should have been in the movie, and thus should have been in the game. I love these enemies with homing missiles, by the way. They're real hard to avoid.
Just, God.
I like the droning music.
I don't, but there's something really ominous about this.
Something ominous and kind of depressing, you know? Like, if you play this too long, you may start to get, like, real sad.
This is some Polybius music. Like, yeah, you hear this and then you start to, like... This is like the, the Lavender Town myth. Like, it's this. All these children, they had to remove the Hunt for Red October game because they'd play this game, and then Sean Connery, their faces would turn to blood, and Sean Connery would start yelling, and I don't know.
They get a perfect Sean Connery accent, making them unfit for American society.
No Americans hate more than Sean Connery, apparently. Yeah, this is depressing music. Okay, so we're hearing that the SNES version of this game had its opening text make its way into the ROM for the Beethoven game, which makes sense because Beethoven's second was by
that was by RSP.
Yeah,
but it was still a high-tech expressions game, so they probably shared some code. What do you say we lose all our lives and see if there's a good game over screen?
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, this one's a dud. To use military terminology.
We died. I think we drowned.
Dead at sea.
Oh, rip. That's a nice clap cover and stuff, I guess.
Yeah, but shame about the game.
Yeah.
I was really looking forward to a good Hunt for Red October port. There is a code in this game.
Okay.
And that code lets you skip levels. So I skipped the end of level 1, and I was amazingly disturbed to find out that there are cutscenes in this game.
Ooh. We did not see a giant squid. Please ignore it. It is not canon to see a giant squid. Who is that?
I want to know what actor this is that they tried to portray here.
This looks like... What the fuck?
And who's this guy?
Okay, so apparently the last level is a side-scrolling platformer level.
Oh my god. No.
Yeah, that's just Tom Clancy and older Tom Clancy, like...
Tom Clancy and Tom Clancy's dad.
Solid Clancy and Liquid Clancy or whatever.
Oh, he banged his fist on the desk.
Yeah, it's like Jim Cornette and this guy. I don't fucking know.
They're recording a podcast.
Yeah, it's a Yancey Clancy. Clancy.
So you move on to level 2, which has the same music, and by this point, you're going to want to never play this game ever again.
Not a fan.
Also, I found out that you can only use the stage select code once. If you try to do it in this level, it doesn't work. Go figure. You gotta play through this one legit. One thing I like...
This level is... Oh, look at that! This level is Echo, you're right.
It has terrain deformation. You can actually shoot the rocks, and they change a little bit.
Oh, hey, it's something.
Maybe this is actually a good game.
I mean, if it has, like, damage and all, like, you know... Oh, rip.
The Hunt for Red October. No one's favorite NES game.
Hey, that wasn't very good.
That was January 91. The next High-Tech Expressions game to be released, if you were a fan waiting for their next game in their catalog, you had to wait till November. 10 brutal months of waiting for the next High-Tech Expressions game. And what came out? That's right. It's a compilation of their previous Sesame Street games. ABC and 1, 2, 3 on the same cartridge.
Hell yeah! That's what I call a good deal.
Hell of a deal. So let's go ahead and play the other games we didn't play last time. We kind of ignored Ernie. Let's give Ernie his time to shine.
Alright.
I will say the music here sounds... If it's not David Wise, they definitely used Rare's sound engine. Because it sounds just like his other work. And there's some nice little rotatey effects there.
Okay. Hey, that's a cute rabbit.
I'm learning.
I know... I'm sorry, Ernie looks like he's wearing a kimono. Do you know what I mean? Like, a little bit, right?
I brought us back these kimonos from Japan, Bert.
Yeah, okay, so I'm not the only one who thinks he looks like that. That's beautiful.
Made of pure silk. To your specifications.
I just love the idea of oh god, Bert throwing a fit.
Bert making custom-fitted kimonos.
I'm sorry,
Ernie having to travel to Japan just to pick them up. So these games, they vary in complexity. This is the most simple one. Later on, you have to match colors as well as shapes. It's to get the young brain thinking, you know?
Yeah, kids. You gotta open your mind. Yeah, Bert and Ernie are totally kimono guys. Like, I don't know. They would totally be late 80s, early 90s kimono people.
And now for the best game of the collection, Ernie's Big Splash.
Oh, I like this game.
Look at that. It's got a wave effect. There's layers. Rubber Ducky went behind the words.
Why does this look so good?
Weird amount of effort. Oh, wow. They gave me the easiest pattern possible. Let's do it. There we go. Done.
Got him.
I beat the game.
Okay, so this is David Wise.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds just like him.
Okay. And yeah, we mentioned it earlier in chat, but I guess I'll mention it again because it's not mentioned in chat. I mentioned earlier on the stream, but yeah, these games were outsourced to Zippo Games, which are by Pickford Bros. Yeah, we mentioned that earlier, but yeah.
Good old Pickfords, the pre-Plock days. Now, if you're a fancy lad, you may make a more complicated path to Ernie. I don't know, for fun. Let's do that.
You gotta do something.
Parents bought me a Sesame Street ABC 1, 2, 3, even though I'm 16. Gotta make the most of it.
Why would they? Whatever.
They say it's because I was held back in kindergarten again for the 12th year in a row.
I mean, it can get pretty hard. I always get tricked on when we start learning about triangles, personally.
Yeah. Was it 3 sides? 4 sides? And
I don't remember.
The unique thing is every tile has its own animation. So you can see Rubber Ducky going on a journey. A journey to Ernie.
The Ernie journey? Yeah, journey to Ernie. I love that each of the squares has their own tune, too.
If nothing else, there's a nice audio-visual punch to this that at least engages young children's minds, supposedly. I should also note that on PC, these games were released for $9.99 each. Or you could get a Nintendo cartridge with 2 games on it for $50.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
There's a drill tweet for everything.
Mm-hmm. God. And there he goes. He's home.
So it's been a sparse year. Sorry to interrupt you.
Okay.
It's been a sparse year for High-Tech Expressions, but they're going to blow your socks off because in December of 1991 they released 2 games, including what I believe is their best game, the next game.
Mm-hmm. Oh! Hey, this music is actually kind of good. Oh, it's her.
I would argue High-Tech Expressions' best game is not just a Barbie game, but it's an Imagineering game. Imagineering looks good compared to every single other game that High-Tech Expressions published.
Alright, we got a Glamorous Quest here going on, so I love Glamorous Quest. Alright, Whoop is hype. We got hype in chat.
There are some defenders of this game, and you know, Whoop, you make a good argument. This is not the worst game. It's not even the worst Imagineering game.
It's definitely not the worst High-Tech Expressions game.
Let's go ahead and play this.
Yeah. Okay, we're dreaming.
The story starts with Barbie going to sleep.
I also love reading about mermaids. Mm-hmm.
Oh, we've all been there.
Mm-hmm. I do this every night, except it's watching roller coaster YouTube videos. Like, wow, I love watching videos about things I'm not riding. I need to sleep.
And then you dream about roller coasters.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, spooky.
Oh, I love that color change. You know, it's been so long since I've seen this game in action.
I was surprised at how... I don't want to call it good, but I would rather play this than any of the Simpsons games that Imagineering made.
Yes, same here.
Barbie has a lot of thoughts.
She's got a lot to think about. You have to go to the mall, pick up a new outfit. Alright, I'm saying Barbie says trans right, Barbie loves gay rats. I agree with this. Barbie
All these are true.
Barbie can be an ally, absolutely.
Now, what she's actually doing there is foreshadowing, because in her dream, she dreams about everything she talked about. First, you go to the mall to pick up an outfit, and to this game's credit, the sprite is huge. This is the biggest damn Barbie I've ever seen. She has different candies she can use to dodge the obstacles in her way. I don't know how to do this one. But here, you can give something to the dog. There you go. Hey, okay.
Hey, that's clever.
So it's more of a puzzle platformer than a platformer. It still has plenty of platforming, though.
Yeah, Lady Lena. I completely agree. This is not the best. This is not the worst game based on a toy doll on the NES.
Not the worst Barbie game.
I would say Jenny is a worse game than this.
Jenny is so bad. That and I appreciate that this game is full of hidden stuff and things that aren't always obvious until you start experimenting with what you got in your pockets.
Okay, advice from Whoop, you can control the arc with your D-pad of your throw.
Really? What the fuck?
Thank you for the advice! That changes everything!
That does change everything.
Oh
I didn't know that.
God.
Speedrunners take note. There is a speedrun scene for this game. I think it's like less than 10 minutes, right?
I don't know.
I do know this is a very short game. There's underwater sequences. I know there's an impossible level right at the end. I've seen people I know had to play this on Kuso Grande and they did not enjoy the experience. But I say, if you're a little girl looking for a video game on the NES for you, you could probably do a lot worse.
You could do a lot worse on that damn system. We will be playing this eventually on Mascot Fridays because this is absolutely a platformer.
I mean, you could have played Win, Lose, or Draw.
Win, Lose, or Draw isn't a platformer, thank God.
Well, yeah, still.
Oh, yeah. What's that cat doing? Nice, thank you, cat.
Whoa, Killer Kite! Get out of here.
Okay, it's just over 12 minutes if you are top tier.
Damn. Speedrunners, you want to get in on that? That's your chance. You have to enlist the help of the cat to close the ball dispenser.
I love this.
Again, not gonna call this great, but compared to everything else we've seen, I'm shocked at how good this is.
It's a breath of fresh air compared to the Muppet game.
Like, of all people, Imagineering ended up showing up everyone else by making a decent Barbie game.
Sorry, I'm just jamming here. I like this.
Well, speaking of the music, someone at High Tech Expressions did not like the music in this game whatsoever. So what they did is, when it came time for a reprint, because this game sold very well apparently, before it was reprinted, they commissioned an entirely new soundtrack for several of the levels.
Oh, wow.
You can find that ROM. It's called Revision A. The European version also has the improved soundtrack. We'll listen to that in a minute. But I can't think of any other NES game where someone decided, nope, shit sucks, we gotta make a whole new soundtrack. This Barbie game is unreleasable in its current state. Oh shit. Killer dress.
Oh, man. Gotta say, it's a nice ensemble. I like the hat, I like the gloves, I like the skirt. Very nice.
Yeah, it all matches.
Nice. Okay, you gotta hit it. Oh, okay, you gotta eliminate the clothing.
And finally the hat.
Get out of here.
Man, I did not know about being able to change the angle. That's a game changer right there.
Alright. You did it, Dan. You completed the level.
I'm the best at Barbie.
Alright, we got some Barbie game stands here. Good.
Look at this, a different outfit for level 2.
Oh, I like that. Oh, because she's at the mall. Okay.
That's expensive in terms of ROM storage space, having to make an entirely different outfit for such a large character. Why did Imagineering of all people give a shit when no one else did?
Okay, Opponent actually mentions that the Game Boy version of Tetris changed its audio in version 1.1 and added the...
You're right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one. That was a weird one. Yeah, the one song everyone associates with Tetris was not originally in the game. The very rare initial Japanese print had a totally different song. I have that cartridge. If you want to buy it, it is 1,000 American dollars.
What?
I'm just putting out a sales offer for everyone. Anyone want to give me $1,000? No questions asked.
Damn, Danny.
I gotta hustle.
I guess we're hustling today.
I'm like Barbie. I'm out there making it work.
Listen, if you want to just give us $1,000, we will never just stop. We will never stop you.
Should I go back to sleep? Should I wake up? I'm gonna wake up.
Yeah, rip Danny's 1cc clear.
We'll eventually play more of this game on Mascot Friday.
Alright, we're being undercut by Joe Bush for $9.99. So.
Damn it.
This is just like eBay. I hate it.
$9.98. I better do that a few times this week on eBay. It sucks.
No, I'm sorry.
I'll show you to sell this game for $5 less. Oh yeah, I said I was gonna show Rev A. Let's go ahead and do that.
Okay. Is this the one with the bad music?
This is the one with the good music, apparently.
Okay, the good music. I thought the other one was pretty good.
You were jamming out to the bad music. This track's new.
I'm gonna say it, this music is worse.
Yeah, I listened to them on TCRF, where they're both documented, and I like the original more.
Yeah, this sucks, sorry. Yeah, I don't like this! Were they like, hold on, this game needs to be shittier. Don't you know who we are? We're Imagineering. We can't have good music in our game.
Well, that's not a popular opinion. People mostly like this new soundtrack better.
Fair enough, fair enough.
But I'm with you right there. I'm not a fan.
Okay, we are being told that the mermaid stage sounds real good. So.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll take your word
fair
on
enough.
that.
Yeah, I'll trust Whoop as the Barbie expert in chat.
It goes to show you, though, there's a lot more to discuss about Barbie than you might think. And I'm shocked to say this might be the best game we play tonight. Then again, we got a few games left to go, so let's see if we can find a better one.
Alright, that's being called Assy Axel F, aka Assy F. Thank you, Uzi. That's wild.
So, the girls had their game in December with Barbie. How about something for the boys?
Oh yeah! Boys Town, USA.
Also coming out December 91, a game for the boys.
And Tuffy, get out!
Listen to this fucking theme remix.
is this Fallen? Okay.
Yep, this is... I think it's Jeff Fallen, or maybe Tim. It's Software Creation, so it's definitely one of the Fallenses. It's got their telltale arpeggios.
Oh man. Oh man. Okay, it's Jeff. Thank you, Electric Boogaloo Phone. Tuffy is a childish,
It's Jerry's cousin, the intro mentioned.
He's a cute little baby mouse. I hate
It's
him.
a baby mouse who wears a diaper and gets into a shit ton of trouble.
Yeah, it's one of those awful cousins or nephews or whatever that they keep giving other cartoon characters. Are you speeding it up?
No, it actually sounded like that.
What? Okay. I like his run.
I like that.
Boy.
Look at that jaunty little pose he does.
Yeah, he looks so happy.
When he stops running, he's just like, "Hey, buddy,
Yeah.
want to buy a watch?"
Tuffy is the Scrappy Doo of the Tom and Jerry universe.
Yes.
Alright, this was a John Pickford joint. Okay, cool.
Yeah. By this point, the Pickfords had joined up, or at least one of the Pickfords had joined up with Software Creations. So it should have been a super group, right? The Pickford Bros, the Fallenses, and yet this is the game. This game, I'm sorry to say, it is bad. It's been on Cuso Grande.
He's just so happy all the time. I don't know what to say.
There's a lot about this game that's bad that isn't immediately obvious just by looking at it, but the level design is extremely frustrating. It's designed in such a way so that when you fall, you lose a lot of progress and you gotta climb back up. It's that kind of thing. We'll say the graphics are good. You get a lot of different weapons eventually.
Oh, Arnold Rummer, I remember that awful duckling. Do not remind me.
Oh god, it has fall damage. Why?
So we're getting some insight from chat. This is unfortunately better than RSP's SNES game of this, which apparently is not so great.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to play that sometime too.
We will. There is also an unreleased Tom and Jerry game for Super Nintendo by, I think it was Software Creations actually. It was called Tom vs. Jerry. And what that game did is it used the background layer to handle Tom's animation. So he's huge, and it actually looks pretty good. The prototype was discovered, I think, a couple years ago, and that's out there if you want to play it. Just shit like that, running into Steam. Come on, I'm just trying to have fun here. I remember this looking so good in Nintendo Power, and then I actually played it as a ROM years later, and I was like, oh my god, Nintendo Power, why'd you do this?
I don't like that the spider webs aren't transparent. There's like a big block.
Yeah. What I don't like is, when you move through them, it does this. It just halves your movement speed. It feels really unnatural.
I'm just not a fan.
This reminds me a lot of Wolverine for NES, which is also by Software Creations. Whatever reason, they just could not do good platformers. I think Kiwi Craze was okay, but that was already based on New Zealand story. He's dead.
He is. Look at his back. This bottom half got chopped off. What the fuck?
Can't take your legs to heaven, Jerry.
Is that some kind of like? I don't know about that belief, but I guess that's some sect of Christianity I've never heard of, where it's like, sorry, only your top half goes. Bottom half stays on Earth.
I don't get it either.
But you know,
someone's gonna have to read the Bible and explain that to me.
Yeah, it's somewhere like buried in James or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that would be James.
Yeah, definitely James.
Well, here's my last life.
Alright, that makes sense. The bottom half of his body is going to hell, and the top half going to heaven.
He has to journey to hell to find his legs.
Listen, I would love... You know how they have the Tom and Jerry doing, Wizard of Oz and Willy Wonka? Why can't we do Tom and Jerry's Inferno? where they have to go to hell to find their bottom halves. Just imagine in your mind's eye.
Yeah.
Direct to video.
Teamed up with Willy Wonka, now time to team up with Dante.
And then, you know, they can go and they can see all the other cartoon characters in hell who they hate. Like, you know, oh, look, it's Yogi Bear and...
Why is Yogi in hell?
Are you kidding me?
Oh, right, thou should not steal.
Yeah, he's always stealing shit. That's his life. His entire life is stealing.
He just loves to do it.
That's like what he does.
How many cartoon characters do you think got sent to hell when they died? Like all of them? This stream.
This is what are we talking about?
The stream
yes,
is
squiddly diddly. Hell, absolutely. I'm making judgments. Squiddly diddly. Hell.
We're full of philosophical questions tonight, but there's still just a few more games to go. We're almost done.
If I have to see again about Chad talking about how Yogi Bear's ass and balls are in hell, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do.
February 1992. The only game High-Tech Expressions released that year is this one.
Hey, why is this so ominous?
The Count's pretty ominous.
I guess.
He drinks blood.
Okay, so all cartoon characters are in hell except Popeye. Got it.
Good to know. So this is a simplified game for kids. If you choose to hop, he automatically makes jumps everywhere. We're advanced, though.
Yeah, we're pretty
We can
smart.
handle running.
Alright.
Also, regret to tell you, this is RSP's final game for the platform, so
Rip.
they were off to the greener pastures of the Super Nintendo.
Find 9.
But
Got it.
they kept their voice technology, and it still sounds really good. I think RSP ended up developing the most NES games for high-tech out of any company. Whether that's a good thing or not, I'll leave it up to you. Oh no. Oh, the platforming controls are bad.
Goodbye.
Well, if that's 8, this has got to be...
Hey, logic.
Got it.
Oh, I got lightning. Use that on the boss, I guess. Anyone play this? Do you have any opinions on this? This is not the worst video game.
Got it.
Yeah, this doesn't seem bad.
It's got those
seems
crisp,
playable.
clear voices.
Alright, we got some folks who played it. Consensus is, it's alright. It's alright.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a kid or a bored adult, you know.
Got it.
I love the way he pauses in midair like that. Yeah, I also like that he does like the punch like Mario. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, he does. I didn't notice that. Check it out. I was wrong. This is 9.
There you go.
Got it.
Oh shit! Are you okay? Oh, sorry. There's an earthquake there. Be careful,
Oh,
y'all.
jeez. Yeah, that's the last thing we need now.
4.
That's not
Oh
the right
shit!
number.
Don't like that.
Oh, you get penalized for that. Alright, don't touch the wrong...
3.
No, I did it again. He's dying a little bit each time.
Got it.
Alright, it's a smaller. Okay, good. Making sure it's a small one. And just like, God.
Yeah, sorry for causing that.
Yeah,
Oh, look
well-
at this.
That's 100% because I was talking about the Count and Yogi Bear stick and balls.
1.
Oh man, he hates that.
1. I agree that the music's very ominous, though.
Someone else had a small. Okay, y'all must be in the same area. That's crazy.
Are we gonna get one? I'm sorry, God. I didn't mean to talk about Yogi's dick and balls.
Listen, we're sorry that we condemned all cartoon characters to hell. That was probably
That's for you to
inappropriate.
decide, not us. Sorry.
1.
1,
2.
2,
3.
3.
You know, I don't know how old the Count is, so I don't know if he's a grampire, but
He's probably like 600 years old.
yeah. I mean, technically, if you think about it, all vampires or grampires because of their age.
Somewhere, someone, probably Krungo, posted an image of the Count and his little scene wife, the Countess.
Yes, her!
And you could totally tell that it was just two copies of the same puppet, one of which they put a wig and glasses on.
I love that. Goodbye, Count.
Never knew he was married.
Yeah, he has a wife who's, she's a scene wife. She's real into, she's got, like, that hair and, like, it's, like, got colored in stripes and everything. It's all over her eye. She says rawr a lot. Yeah, I love Deep Sesame Street lore. I'm sorry. It's really good.
If nothing else, high tech lives up to its name, and we're being educated tonight.
Alright, Uzi says, according to the 1998 book Sesame Street Unpaved, which I had as a kid actually, the Count is written to represent an adult with the psychological age of someone who is 1,832,652 years old. Love it, beautiful, mwah.
I thought I was being ridiculous by saying he was 600, but
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking big enough.
Revenant says, five divorces, And, Macumbo says, my wife,
The Count lives on today in Macaw 45 stream. You can always hear him say 555 5555. That's a joke for people who watch Macaw's stream.
Okay, more info. In the 2017 video for Wired, the Count says he's 6,523,728 years old. How old are you?
Did he know the dinosaurs? Did he get to see human evolution happen in real time? Are Muppets evolved differently from humans? Even the humanoid ones? We beat level 2.
Alright, yeah, the 5 song is eternal, yeah.
Gets stuck in my head because people always use the text-to-speech thing. Well, I've learned 2 numbers now.
Yeah,
How many are left? There can't be that many, right?
I mean...
Here we go.
5.
Oh, hello. Who's this?
Who is that? Is that a cool monkey?
Some kind of sloth?
They're just hanging out.
Okay. Are we at the zoo? What? I love that face.
That is so good. Holy shit.
I was gonna stop playing this, but I want to see the different monkeys. I'm not gonna get any numbers. I don't care.
No numbers, we're just walking.
Counts on break. Polar bear. Oh, you make him look up.
Oh, I love that. Can you look down? Oh, we can
Chicken
take shit.
crouch.
Nice. Sorry, crouch. He's probably crouching. I don't know if vampires go to the bathroom.
Okay, AVGN Jr.
Well, I'm sorry.
He's taking a shit. We got swans. There's half an elephant.
Oh man, it's hiding. It's like, the streamers are here. I did not sign on for this. Listen, my appearance fee is too high for you.
I'm gonna see what happens if you finish the level without enough lightning bolts.
Alright. Probably gonna get mad at you.
Not enough room in the ROM for the other half of that elephant, I guess.
What is... Oh, penguin's broken its neck.
Zebra. Also a half.
They're like, please... Look at that horrible penguin. I love it.
I'm going to go to the zoo of the half animals.
Alright.
Now for his punishment.
I don't like the way you said that.
1. 2.
True. The bottom half of those...
Not enough.
The bottom half of those animals are in hell.
Right, we've established that. So the game already takes place in hell. Oh wait, no, this is heaven then.
5.
Well, I'm confused.
I listen. I am not a I never went to say I don't know my theology, so I'm just winging it here.
Exactly 1 year later, February 1993, one of the most memorable high-tech expressions games is released. This is also a PC port. I can't believe this game came out in 93, but here it is.
Okay. Okay, I
Made
like
by
this design.
Radiant Software, the people who brought you California Raisins on NES.
Oh.
Or should I say didn't bring you. It was never released. It's Rollerblade Racer! Alright, the first person to post the cover of this game wins absolutely nothing. But this
Alright.
game has a great cover.
It really does.
Look at this kid.
I'm Kirk.
This is a very poor redraw of what's actually a very high color and detailed design in the PC version. By 93, DOS games look pretty good. This does not.
I
does
don't like
not.
this.
This is Kirk. He likes to rollerblade.
Alright.
We gotta qualify for the Rollerblade Championships. That was a thing they had back in 1993? Alex tells me rollerblading was late 80s, early 90s,
It
but
was 93 would have been closer to the tail end. I would say 95 was when rollerblading may not have been as, I guess, cool or whatever, but
it was on its way out, I'm pretty sure.
It was at the tail end.
I do not want to practice. I know how to rollerblade, thank you. So look at this shit.
Ooh, I don't like this. Wow, your neighborhood really.
We gotta work on infrastructure.
Yeah, we need to repave, man. We need to.
Oh god! Fuck it, I'm staying on the sidewalk. Now, this is a game about doing cool skate tricks, so you can get to the skate championship.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Drag. This looks like a combination of Paperboy and Yobro. I agree. Look at this.
Very obvious Paperboy influence. I guess the sprite is pretty big, that's cool. But seriously, look up the DOS version and tell me how much better that looks compared to this. Like, this looks like total garbage.
Thank you for posting the rollerblade game cover. You win.
Yeah, there you go.
Juan, you win the fact that we played Elmo and Big Bird games earlier.
You got your reward.
Yeah, this is shitty Paperboy. I don't.
I'm jumping.
What is this?
Oh god, he crushed the dog! That poor dog!
Oh my god! Danny, what did you do?
Also, what happened to his arm? Jeez.
Oh my god, he is
I'm gonna play it
super
safe.
dead.
I'm gonna skate on the grass.
Okay.
Oh, that's not safe either.
Alright, we're being shown. That's the Metro Cross cover. That's not rollerblading.
That's a much better cover.
God, I wish that were me.
I think there's different moves you can do, like if you hit B then A or something. There you go. Oh.
I read that there's a glitch where
He's walking off into the moonlight.
I saw Arnold Rimmer mention that there's I think it was Arnold Rimmer mentioned there's a glitch where every time you do a trick you fall, so that's beautiful.
That one trick, yeah, it just doesn't work. Well, unfortunately we've broken all of our bones.
Are we
But
dead?
inline skating's so fun, we should try again.
Yeah.
Let's practice, I guess. So practice mode gives you an actual street that's been taken care of by the city, instead of your neighborhood, which the mayor hates for some reason.
Sorry, neighbor.
Yeah. You can crouch. You can kick. I didn't know that. You can do a jump. What are other moves? What else can you do on inline skates?
Kick, jump. See? Yeah, you can't do any tricks because you die.
You fall on your ass. Accurate. Alright, let's try again.
Okay, according to Arnold Rimmer, the Pickford brothers did mention working on a rollerblade racer for NES that got canceled, so...
What? That would have been better than this. Zippo Games is not a great developer, but it would have been better than whatever this is trying to be.
See, you do a trick and you die!
Mm-hmm.
Oh good, the dog's gonna... Okay, no, the dog just gave up.
NES Paperboy ain't that great, but it's a better game. I'm just talking about better games. We should focus on what we have.
Mm-hmm.
What our parents were nice enough to buy us.
What our parents can find for $5 if they can save.
Well, we couldn't find you any rollerblades. No one's doing that anymore, but found this great game for $5 at KB.
Okay, I gotta ask, did you go to Circuit City as a kid? And
No.
Okay, never mind. Did anybody go to Circuit City as a kid? And if you did, do you remember there being like tubs full of discount games in the 80s? Because
They were there right when they were about to close. That's how I got a bunch of games.
I love those tubs! I went wild in those tubs! Oh man, I love the rollerblade pride flag there. Oh.
Oh man, we're almost qualified.
Mm-hmm.
It's bonus time.
Alright.
Overtake pedestrians, cyclists, and other skaters on the left.
Got it.
Is this music?
What? What? Yeah, this is a really like hyper cat on the keyboard.
This is Beavis when he turns into Cornholio.
This is Cornholio. We call this Cornholio core.
I'm almost qualified. Let's see if we can do this. I think we're ready to skate in the city. Maybe not.
That.
Maybe not. Tripped over a dog. Why are we skating in the middle of the street anyway?
I mean, you're social distancing, baby.
Oh, good point. These dogs sure aren't. Oh right, dogs are immune.
We're not hurting the dogs on purpose. It's just happening.
They're running out into the street. The city streets. We got a real problem with stray dogs. Stray brown dogs that no one wanted. Don't you? Okay. I gotta get to the end here so we can qualify. I've never qualified for the championships.
You can do it, Danny.
Yeah! Hey, free dog!
Hey, someone get that dog.
Oh, you're not gonna give me to the championships? I gotta keep playing your bullshit video game? Safety tip 4, always skate under control. Don't drink a shit ton of whiskey and strap on your rollerblades.
Please never I mean, if you want... Okay, I can't stop you from drinking whiskey and rollerblading, but if you wanna, you know...
I'm shocked to say this, but I'm actually kind of having fun with this game. It's bad, for sure. It was way behind the times, even, but...
Estefane only skates under Alt or Shift. Smart.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone's talking about their favorite game tubs. There's one at Kmart. There's one at, Tyzo's mentioned one at, one of the stores there. That's beautiful. I love game tubs. Bring back, you know what, when all this crazy... After quarantine, we need game tubs. That will be what brings us all together. Oh, hey, you're at the beach.
You know, I think this might be the second best high-tech expressions game. At least those we played so far. It's no Barbie, but it's also no win, lose, or draw.
Yeah, it's much better than that, at least.
They got these damn sand dogs here. They come from the sand. That's why there's so many of them.
Game tub. I mean, okay, so game tubs do exist, but unfortunately it's all AAA, Madden, boo.
Yeah.
We need better game tubs.
Ooh.
Wow, you just
Wow.
split that. That dog was about to eat you.
Hell of a road rash there. No idea if we're anywhere close to finishing this game, but that's Rollerblade Racer. Better than I gave it credit for.
Yeah.
Got a couple games left. Next month in 93, they're spoiling us 2 games in 1 year.
Ooh.
March 1993 was this game.
Oh, hey.
Their second to last release, Mickey Safari and Letterland, by Beam Software.
Oh, I like this. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. This could be okay.
I hate to say it, but they got stiff competition when it comes to Disney platformers, you know?
Oh, yeah, they do.
Then again, this was way after the heyday of DuckTales and Rescue Rangers. Maybe this is good. I don't know, I've never actually played this. Look at all those letters.
Oh, man. So you can normal... Hey, it's Mickey. Okay. Oh god, watch out, Mickey! Okay.
I thought he was gonna hit him too.
Yeah!
Just gonna plow right over Mickey.
Goofy, why?
Huh.
You know, I've never played this before, but I remember seeing it for rent and being like, I'm curious.
I've never played it either, even though I've played like every Nintendo game. Oh, he slides back down automatically.
Buh.
Ugh.
Got it.
What do you think that word is?
Bot? Bet?
I think it's bet. He wants to go to the horse racing track.
Yeah, one thing I do know about Mickey Mouse is that he has a gambling problem.
Bat.
Oh! Oh, bad.
Oh, we've come full circle. Remember win, lose, or draw?
With the strike, yeah.
Terrifying looking bat.
That's scary as shit.
That bat has rabies for sure.
Jesus.
Thanks, Mickey. Well, we're gonna put the bat in the grinder.
Oh my god, what is your problem, Goofy? Okay, I don't care. I'm Mickey. I'm just going on.
Mickey's very monochrome.
Huh. Does he want Z? Okay, there you go, man. Look at him throw a little fit there.
Yay. Mickey is... He's not off-model, he just looks a little strange, you know?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it.
Alright, Caribbean Vacation with Mickey. And Goofy.
And Goofy. He just kind of sits back and does all the messed up thing. I don't like him. Okay, Vlad mentions that High Tech was actually going to work on had an I Dream of Genie game in production for a while. So crazy.
What? Oh, I'm gonna blow your freaking mind.
Okay.
According to Wikipedia, they had a game in development for Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis based on Rover Dangerfield.
Okay, I saw Smebble mention that at the beginning, and I thought I was just being punked, being pranked, being
I've seen
goofed.
that. I don't know the source for that, and I'm kind of up on my unreleased games, and I've never heard of it, but I want to believe. I want to believe there's an unreleased Rover Dangerfield game.
Alright, chat's accusing Mickey of being a colonialist.
A little bit.
What do you think this is, gum?
Ooh,
Gam?
he took a hard fall there.
He's fine. He can survive a lot of things.
Also, I didn't get all the letters. Goofy's not gonna like this.
Well, Goofy can do what he wants.
I know what you were gonna say. Can't think of many platformers Beam Software made, but this one's not bad. He's got a little bit of momentum to him, but it's not out of control or anything. Oh, it didn't matter that I didn't get all the letters. Cool.
That's fine. We can just go to Hippo Town, USA.
All aboard for Hippo Town, USA.
Gosh, Mickey, time to get some artifacts for the museum. I'm not gonna ask permission.
I'm gonna start a store. Call it Hobby Lobby. Oh, he can hop and bop. Okay, good. This is a platformer now. Well, it's very simple, but then again, it's also supposed to be for kids and is explicitly educational. Whereas DuckTales, it's more like just a fun platformer.
Oh, damn. It's okay.
He falls, but he doesn't take damage. In fact, can he die? Yeah, it doesn't look like it.
Oh yeah, because he's Mickey, and Disney would never let Mickey suffer.
Right, yeah, Mickey can't die.
Mickey can never suffer like that.
Look at the right side of the screen here.
Mm-hmm.
It's neat.
I do like that. I'm immortal, kid! You're never gonna get public domain ever again as long as I'm around!
Hey.
He loves hay. He's a big hay stan. He floods hashtags with pictures of hay.
He's gonna eat that hay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hate to say it, but I think we've seen all there is to see of this game.
Yeah, I think we can move on. We're almost done with the show.
Yep, this is our final game. We've reached the end. High-Tech Expressions was active on NES between 89 and 94, believe it or not. Much longer than many other companies. They didn't join in as quickly as a lot of other people did, notably Japanese developers, but once they saw that gravy train, they hopped on it and made gravy. I'm tired.
I want gravy, too.
So here we are, the end. 1994, March. March 1994, you're releasing an NES game. 6 months from now, the Sega Saturn would premiere in Japan.
Alright, what do they got? What do they got for me?
This is one of the 10 final NES games released here in the States. It was released in between Mega Man 6 and Star Tropics 2, so super, super late. And it's Mickey in Numberland.
Oh, who gives him?
Oh, it's Pete.
Hey, look at him! Look at him go. Is he stealing the concept of numbers? Honestly, I respect that.
Oh no! Donald Duck's the sheriff! And he shaved his head.
Donald Duck looks... Duck of Finland. I don't know what else to say.
All right. Well, one of the final games ever released for NES, and it's
ADAB.
And it's this.
People do not like Skinhead Donald. They're mad at him.
I don't either. Why did he do that?
No one likes Donald like that. Yeah, I do not support that Donald. That Donald is not canonical in my imagination.
And this controls a whole lot like the other game. Yeah, it's the companion game to Mickey and Letterland. This time, he's after the numbers.
Okay.
The phone hurts you. I don't like.
He's a millennial.
I don't like talking on the phone either.
I was gonna say I'm the same.
Today's quest: we've got to call the store to refill our prescriptions.
No, thank you.
Can't they do this shit online already?
That's not a one.
No, he does not like the number 3.
I don't know. There's something about these cartoons and athletic gear that I'm just like, what are you doing?
It's a little strange. I guess he's getting with the 90s. We were all dressed like that.
Oh, he's playing basketball. Okay. He's a sports Mickey. Then why is Donald a weird sheriff?
10. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, we're putting them in order. Good.
You know, I barely remember Mickey's rap album. I do remember his disco album, though.
I bet that exists.
Oh, no, it's real. I wouldn't make that up. You know me.
So we've arrived at the end here. Why don't we discuss what we've seen? What do we think of high-tech expressions?
They're not great.
Before the stream, I was talking about how people always shit-talk Acclaim and LJN for all the stuff they put out, but aside from the last few games we played some real shit. Like, just pure garbage. Not even good graphically, just putrid in terms of gameplay. I guess they kind of redeemed themselves at the end, but good lord. Oh no, Mickey! Okay, good. I thought he was gonna get processed.
I don't think Disney would let them eat Mickey. I mean... Alright, yeah, Tom and Jerry is great, is okay, but not great. Agree.
Yeah, the best they ever got was just okay games, right? Like Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
When Imagineering is the sole bright spot in a sea of darkness, you know something's wrong. Barbie was okay. Tom and Jerry, I could play if you made me.
Mm-hmm.
These Mickey games, they're simple, but they're playable. But also not great for being in 1994.
I mean, it's something. We've got big Barbie fans. Barbie is OP. Barbie ruled. Let's see, Arnold Limmer says, Orb 3D is bad, but it's so weird, I gotta respect it.
It's like nothing else, yeah. You got that. I still don't like it, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on a dinosaur.
Holy, look at you. Wait, why is Goofy and Ludwig von Drake in
That's who that is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's Ludwig. Alright. Hey, buddy. Give you a kiss? Mwah. It's been a long day.
I was gonna say, Mickey, you freak. I love you.
I still think there may be worse publishers. Like, there has to be a publisher who didn't release anything worthwhile. It would be like this library, but no Barbie and no Tom and Jerry. Anyone have any ideas about who the worst publisher may be? I say Mindscape.
I see THQ.
THQ is horrible. I might say THQ.
US Gold.
I can't think of a single good THQ game. US Gold is an NES.
LJN. A lot of LJN people. A lot of people not liking LJN. Yeah, it's LJN and THQ seems to be what Chad is
okay,
not a fan of.
So maybe our patrons didn't pick the very worst publisher. We'll
Thank you.
We'll have to do this again to find out for sure.
Yeah, make us suffer more, okay?
So next time, vote for LJN. I'm gonna beat this, and then we're gonna beat the game. Big telescope.
Wait, is this the end of the game?
I think so.
Oh shit! Right as we're about to end. Cool. Will you beat a game? Will you do it?
I've never beaten a game.
In your life?
Never.
Man, me either.
is... Oh, no, I was supposed to...
Danny!
I messed it up. Again, long day. Oh, it makes you do these levels multiple times,
Yeah,
it looks
now
like.
we're done.
Is this, Level 2. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
each
nice.
world you gotta do multiple levels. Well, there you go. That is the final release from High Tech Expressions. Mickey and Numberland. Coming in at the last possible minute. Joining the other such luminaries as Star Tropics 2 and Wario's Woods.
Mm-hmm, I was gonna mention that, yeah.
High Tech Expressions. I still don't like them. I've now played every single one of their NES games, and that's my conclusion. Don't like them. Don't trust them. Don't want to play a single other game they made. I am, however, intrigued by that one company, Mind's Eye.
Yeah.
What was happening there?
They-
That they made a completed Funhouse game, and yet it was so horrible that they had to scrap it and give it to another developer.
I want to see it.
I want to play that. You know who you are, person who owns this cart, and I know who you are too. We disagree on many things, but we can all agree on something. I want to play Funhouse. That's what we can agree on.
I want to play Funhouse too.
Give me that ROM. You can't sell it. No one's going to buy a repo run. Just release it here on... I'll release it on the stream. How about that?
Yeah.
We'll give out Funhouse for free here on the stream. That's my offer for you. You can remain anonymous. You can do whatever. I'll be your Funhouse distribution point.
Yeah,
This mystery must be solved.
we'll be your ROM deep throat or whatever. I don't.
On that note, that's the end of the show. Thanks everyone for watching the ROM Deep Throats. I mean, the Retro Pals. It was a good show tonight. Thanks to everyone who voted. High Tech Expressions, I give them a lot of shit, but it was a pretty interesting library. A lot of educational games, and when they tried to make non-educational games, no one was happy. Still, at least we all got to suffer through it together.
And yes, those are the rollerblade pals from our the roller.
They're so
racers.
good.
I love them.
That cover is just amazing.
I love that cover so much.
Thanks for joining us on this journey through High Tech Expressions' library on NES. We're Retro Pals. We do this sort of thing a lot. We highlight weird and obscure games and forgotten publishers who are forgotten for a good reason. If you want to vote for what we play, head to patreon.com/retropals. If you're in at the $5 tier, you get access to weekly polls. I don't know what to do next week. I've been trying to fit in my extensive plug-and-play library into the polls somehow, and it just doesn't work. I'm going to try and do that this week. I'm
Okay.
thinking maybe like DVD video versus plug-and-plays. So no matter what wins, we all lose.
Good. I love losing, especially on stream.
Excellent. So look forward to that, along with other stuff in the weeks ahead. Alex, why don't you wrap us up? I'll look for a host.
Okay, we're also on YouTube, youtube.com/retropals. We post highlights of our streams there, including our latest video, which is part 2 of Piper. If you've not seen Piper, I recommend Piper. Piper is good. It is a rat puppet-themed musical starring Jason David Frank. It
was a game made for us.
It is bonkers. It is wonderful. It is delightful. The music is now in the pre-show. It is so good. I love those rats. They're gnarly little bastards. They make bad commentary. Jason David Frank makes whooshing noises. You get to hear that in part 2. It's really fun. It's really, really fun. It's one of my favorites.
Does he make whooshing noises in it? I forgot about that.
Only in the whatchamacallit, the behind the scenes video that we show. He goes whoosh.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god, do we want to do this? Hang on. Do you
I-
have anything else to promote? I'm going to
I'm
examine
done.
this stream.
Yeah. I'm done.
Okay. Why don't you say we sneak up on and surprise friend of the show, Kate Libsey,
Oh.
because Kate is speedrunning Mario is Missing, another classic Software Toolworks game for NES, so it's semi-relevant to the stream. Go enjoy that. Wish her luck, and we'll see you later. Thanks for watching.
See ya, folks.